Because they tell you that there's no gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same people open the gate. Didn't Kevin open the gate and let Tiffany in? Ain't he now opening it up?
Katt Williams' recent allusion to Kevin Hart potentially being an industry handler has stirred up controversy in the world of comedy. Kevin Hart's response to Williams' allegations has been a mix of anger and promotional tactics for his upcoming Netflix film, Lift. The feud between these two comedians has garnered significant attention, with many wondering whether there is any truth to Williams' claims. Katt Williams began by questioning the astonishing trajectory of Kevin Hart's career in Hollywood. He pointed out the unprecedented speed with which Hart achieved success, raising concerns about whether Hart had genuinely paid his dues in the competitive world of stand-up comedy. Williams emphasized the significance of the journey in comedy and raised doubts about whether Hart's seemingly instant success was indicative of a different narrative. He also brought up the notion of a plant, describing someone who appears out of nowhere, attains success without the traditional struggles comedians face, and then claims to be self-made. Williams delved into the inconsistencies in Hart's story, challenging the widely accepted narrative of overnight success. Kevin Hart, in response to the rumors, addressed the issue during an interview with Oprah in 2014. He discussed the intricacies of his skyrocketing career and the harsh realities of finding success in Hollywood. Hart explained that Hollywood has a way of making everything seem like an overnight success. Oprah pointed out the countless hard-working individuals striving to break into the industry and achieve success. Hart noted that every successful person lays out a blueprint, and he surrounded himself with tangible reminders of those who paved the way for him, like Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, and Richard Pryor. Hart's walls were adorned with pictures and paintings of comedians he considered mentors, serving as daily inspiration. He attributed his success to his unwavering motivation and drive, emphasizing that his drive was fueled by other people's success. Katt Williams challenged the prevailing notion that there are no gatekeepers in the entertainment industry. He asserted that he had observed individuals controlling access to opportunities. Williams used the example of Kevin Hart supposedly letting Tiffany Haddish into the industry, raising questions about the existence of gatekeepers. Tiffany Haddish's early career struggles and her connection with Kevin Hart were discussed in detail. Williams' comments brought attention to the industry dynamics that might involve influential figures opening doors for newcomers, thus challenging the idea that success is solely based on merit. During his interview, Katt Williams praised a host of other black female comedians, such as Lionel, Melanie Camarco, and Miss Laura, whom he believed had been unjustly overlooked. He highlighted the double standards that seem to persist in the industry, where a black woman's looks are often held against her. Williams argued that what someone looks like should not be held against them and advocated for a more thoughtful and considerate approach to comedy that didn't rely on outdated and potentially offensive tropes. He raised questions about the industry's tendency to sideline talent in favor of those who fit a certain mold. Williams' comments provoked a passionate discussion about diversity and representation in comedy. Another point of contention in the feud was Kevin Hart's appearance in an SNL skit where he donned a dress. This move drew sharp criticism from fans, some of whom accused him of being a sellout and contradicting his earlier stance on personal boundaries. Katt Williams seized this opportunity to reignite the feud, suggesting that Hart's actions on SNL were part of a larger pattern. Williams insinuated that Hart was willingly playing by the industry's rules to secure fame and fortune, while previous comedians had also worn dresses on screen. The feud took a heated turn when Kevin Hart, fed up with Williams' insinuations, unleashed his frustration during an appearance on the Breakfast Club radio show. Hart hit back hard, accusing Katt Williams of dodging responsibility for his actions, particularly his issues with the law and substance abuse. He argued that Williams had squandered opportunities and positioned himself as a risk to studios, which eventually led to a decline in his career. Hart wasn't mincing words and laid the blame squarely on Williams' choices. He emphasized that he had worked diligently to achieve success and hadn't compromised his principles. According to Hart, comedy was a serious business, and those who succeeded did so through hard work and dedication, not by succumbing to industry pressures. At its core, this feud became a clash of values and principles. Katt Williams seemed to represent a group of comedians who believed in staying true to their art and resisting any attempts at conformity, even if it meant staying on the fringes of the industry. On the other hand, Kevin Hart was seen as someone who had navigated the mainstream with remarkable success, but was not willing to compromise his values or image. Williams implied that comedians like him and Dave Chappelle couldn't reach the same level of success as Kevin Hart because they refused to bow to the industry's whims. He suggested that they might have been pushed to do things they were uncomfortable with for the sake of fame. The message was clear: there were boundaries, and crossing them came at a price. Eventually, Katt Williams apologized for his remarks about Kevin Hart. He acknowledged Hart's hard work and success since 2002 and expressed regret for attempting to embarrass Hart in front of his children and loved ones. Williams recognized that his actions were regrettable and sought to make amends. Despite their differences, he emphasized that he had nothing against Hart and wished him the best. This apology marked a turning point in their feud and allowed for some reconciliation. There have been claims suggesting that Katt Williams was blackballed in the entertainment industry, which may have contributed to his controversies and struggles. Williams decided to address this myth and clarify whether it was fact or fiction. In an interview with Hot 97, he revealed that he had not been blackballed by the industry. Contrary to some fans' opinions, Williams wasn't concerned with being mainstream and was more interested in doing things his way. He explained that he had never been in a commercial audition in his 20-year career and had never allowed his tours to be sponsored. Williams' unique approach and reluctance to conform to industry norms contributed to the misconception that he was blackballed. The feud between Katt Williams and Kevin Hart is a complex and multifaceted one. It encompasses various aspects of the entertainment industry, including success, authenticity, diversity, and individual principles. While Katt Williams raised valid questions about the dynamics of the comedy world and the authenticity of success, Kevin Hart defended his journey and values. The clash of these two comedic giants highlighted the challenges and complexities of achieving and maintaining success in Hollywood. Ultimately, the feud sparked important discussions about comedy, representation, and the price of fame. Whether one believes that Hart's success was solely due to his hard work and determination or that industry manipulation played a role, the feud remains a significant chapter in the world of comedy.